This is a download from BBC Learning English. For terms of use, go to bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello, this is 6 Minute English and I'm Yvonne Archer.
And I'm Callum Robertson.
Hi Callum, and thanks for joining me. In today's programme, we've got an interesting case from Italy, and it makes us think about the question of, well, when as an adult should you stop depending on your parents financially? Right? So let me ask you this. When did you stop depending on your parents?
Well, I suppose financially it would be when I got my first job and gradually became less financially dependent. So I suppose when I was about 19, 20, before, I could make my own way.
Right. Well, we're going to hear more about that topic, obviously. But first, the big question. Are you ready, Callum?
Oh, yes, another one of your tricky questions.
Yes, but you usually get them right. Let's see how you do. A 12-year-old boy in the United States was the first to divorce his parents. But when did that happen? Was it in A, 1992, B, 1998, or C, 2001?
Oh, now, I remember this, but I can't remember when it was. I'm going to plump for 1998.
Good choice. But as usual, we'll have to wait till the end of the programme to find out. Now, today's report, we're going back to that question about adults who are still financially dependent on their parents. As we listen to the report, we'll come across the terms expenses incurred. Callum, can you explain that for us, please?
If you incur expenses, you do something which costs money. So, for example, going to work usually incurs travel expenses. So that's the price of your bus fare, your petrol, or your train ticket.
And what about the words pursue and aspirations?
Well, if you pursue an aspiration, you follow a dream to do something. So, for example, if you pursue an aspiration to be an English teacher, then you work hard, you study, and you train to become an English teacher.
Lovely. In today's report from the BBC's Emma Wallace, we hear about a court case, a legal case. A man was taken to the highest court in Italy because he didn't want to pay maintenance, to give money to support his 20-year-old son, David. As we listen, try to find out who wins the court case. Is it David or his father?
The court ruled that David, who still lives with his mother, should carry on receiving €300 a month from his separated father, as well as half of any extra expenses he incurred. The reason? Italian law believes that children have the right, even as adults, to pursue their dreams and aspirations.
Callum, who won the court case? Was it David or his father?
Well, it was David who won the court case. The court ordered his father to continue paying David money so that David could pursue his dream.
And the ruling came from the highest court in Italy, so David's father will just have to pay up. Now, David is 20 years old. Is he too old to live with his mum and get money from his dad as well? What do you think, Callum?
I think it's difficult. Different countries have different cultures, so the court has ruled, and I don't have a better opinion than the court.
bbclearningenglish.com.
Now, in the next part of Emma Wallace's report, we'll hear about what David's dreams and aspirations are. But first, a little help with the language we'll come across. Callum, what does to quit a job mean?
Oh, if you leave your job, you quit your job. You don't want to do it anymore, you quit.
And what about to set a precedent?
Oh, that's a legal term, to set a precedent. It's when a law is given for the first time, and from then on, in future cases, it can be referred to. They can say, well, this happened in this case, so we can use that same law in this case.
OK, here's Emma Wallace again.
David's mother said that David had quit his job to enrol on a course training to become a hairdresser. Until he's able to maintain himself economically, David's father, according to the court, which has set a precedent for all future cases, will have to keep David in the manner to which he's become accustomed.
So David's left his job to learn how to become a hairdresser, and while he's training, he wants money from his father so that he won't have to change the way he's always lived. And the phrase we heard there was?
The money is needed to keep David in the manner to which he's become accustomed, to continue with the way of life he's now used to.
Right, so David's a lucky man really, isn't he? But Do you think that we're always children in the eyes of our parents?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I don't think it matters. However old you are still your parents' child. Yes, absolutely.
Now, Callum, today's big question was, a 12-year-old boy in the United States was the first to divorce his parents. But when did that happen? And you said?
1998?
Ah, you're right. No, you're wrong. It was 1992.
Ah, that long ago.
It was, and it was a young boy who actually terminated his mother's rights to him. So she couldn't visit with him. She didn't have any legal rights over him anymore. That's way back in 1992. Quite sad indeed. But that's all we've got time for today. Join us again next time for more 6-Minute English from BBC Learning English.
bbclearningenglish.com